One time when I went to a girl's house for the first time, I took off my shoes and she looks at me and she tells me, wow, your shoes made you look a bit taller. You're a bit shorter without your shoes, or something like that. And that was basically a test, or what an OG pickup artist would call a shit test. And if you have any experience with picking up more attractive women or picking up girls in bars, then you know that women will give these tests. The reason that women give these tests is to see if your self-esteem, if your confidence is actually genuine, if it actually matches how you're portraying yourself. And it sort of makes sense that women would have these detection systems sort of passed down, and it would help them get with a guy who's actually confident, actually, has some high self-esteem, rather than someone who's just faking it. And this is probably something they do subconsciously, because I've never heard of a girl actually articulating the fact that they're out here testing guys. And when I first started getting better at talking to girls, I would get these tests a lot, and I would get really mad at these girls. I would think of them as bitches. I would think of them as like trying to knock down my self-esteem or whatever. And I didn't understand at the time that it was really a good thing for them to be testing me, because for a woman to test you, it means that she's at least slightly interested in you, and she wants to see if you're being genuine or not. A girl who isn't interested in you at all, she's not even gonna put in any effort to want to test you. So it's actually an opportunity when she tests you to not go for it and take the bait, and an opportunity to show your confidence and wittiness. You'll know a girl is testing you because she's trying to insinuate a negative quality without flat out saying it. So that's what the test is. It's gonna be kind of sarcastic, under the radar, but she's kind of hinting in a sneaky way towards something. And one of the most common shit tests that women will give when you start talking to them is they'll randomly bring up some other guy to try to make you jealous. And they'll just be telling a story about some person without using any like gender pronouns, and then casually they'll slip in the word he. And what they're trying to do here is trying to get you jealous, but really it doesn't work for guys. But either way, what you want to do here is you don't want to react. You don't want to start asking them about the guy being jealous, because that just shows that you're insecure and that you really care about her. You need to lock her down. So in that instance, just ignore it, keep the conversation moving. A lot of times these tests that women give, they'll just basically be sneak dissing you. So one time I was at the bar talking to like 3 girls, and I had just bought some new Ray-Ban sunglasses. So I asked one of the girls how they thought the sunglasses looked on me, and the girl said that I looked like I had alopecia. And basically, if you don't know what alopecia is, it's a disease that makes you lose all your hair. And she was just saying that because the frames were like over the top of my eyebrows, so she couldn't see them. But that was sort of like a sneak diss. Like, she was testing me to see how I would react in that situation, to see if I would get defensive about them or whatever. And because it wasn't very funny, I was just sort of asking for her opinion. So in that situation, I just sort of like tipped down my sunglasses, like, and looked at her over my frames and just gave her like a wink in like a joking way. So in that situation, I just took it as like a flirt. There's 2 really good ways that you can respond to the verbal tests that women give you. And number 1 is to agree and exaggerate. Let's say you go up to a girl and you do your opening. You say something basic like, I don't know, hey, I just saw you walking by. I thought you were cute and I had to say hi. And she says, oh, is that your line you say to every girl? What you can do in this situation is agree and exaggerate. So you could say, yeah, I actually already used this on 100 girls today. I was hoping this one would go better. Dang it. And that would just diffuse the situation. It shows that you were completely unaffected by her insinuating that you had a pickup line. And you basically just pass that. Notice how with all of the tests, what they're trying to do is insinuate a negative quality without just directly saying that, because that would be, bad social skills. And the second way you can pass these verbal tests is to misinterpret in a positive way or misinterpret in a sexual way. And you can use this for pretty much any time she mentions your appearance or your body or your hair or your age or anything basically about your physical like character, if that kind of makes sense. So here's an example. Let's say I'm wearing these skinny jeans right now, and she tells me, why are your jeans so skinny? I can misinterpret that to be like her hitting on me. So I can say something like, hey, I know my legs are really attractive, but my eyes are up here. And that would be a great response because I'm sort of inserting the idea that she's hitting on me, so it's a man to woman connection. I'm also just showing, once again, that I'm not affected at all by her talking about my jeans. The way that I would fail these tests, if she, mentioned my jeans, I would say, hey, my jeans aren't actually that skinny, or I would start to get defensive. That would just mean that I actually cared about her opinion, which would be not attractive to women. You want to be completely unaffected by their opinion. Now, if they're just plain out insulting you, meaning they're doing it in an overt way, then obviously you would need to call them out or at least, pull back a little bit. All right, so to review, when she gives you a verbal test, the best 3 ways to respond is number 1, agree with whatever she says, amplify it, exaggerate it, add your own twist on it, make it weird. The second way is to misinterpret what she said into something positive, misinterpret her as her flirting with you. And the third way is just to literally not respond at all, act like you didn't hear it, and then just continue like talking, continue moving forward unaffected. If you want to see the full list of common shit tests and the best responses, click the link in the description, join my free community. I have a list in there that you guys can just check out reviews so that you're prepared for these situations. So I hope y'all enjoyed that video, and let me know in the comments if you've ever been tested by a girl before and what she said to you.